Hey guys, and welcome back to Cherry Hills. This is episode 19, and today we're going to be working on our oat harvest. So it is a new day. We had to move through the game day yesterday in order to get our oats and our sorghum ready for harvest. But both fields are now ready to harvest, so we are going to make sure that we get both of these fields harvested today so we can turn the lease back over. As you can see, our money has taken a pretty big hit on leasing these two fields. We basically have had to lease these fields for 3 game days because we play with slow crop growth on hard mode. So we have already set up several courses that we're going to use, and we've got our 2 harvesters here. We've got our 2 Mack semi trucks. I really love these trucks. And we've got 2 Flegel tippers. We went ahead and bought one of the other, a second Flegel tipper. And we've got our 2 Challengers hooked up here with our pickup wagons. And we're going to see if we can't get this whole harvest fully automated. So the first thing we want to do is get our harvesters ready. Like I said, we've already got a course ready. This is field 4. So as you can see, we are going to do 2 headlands, and then we're going to make our north-south runs. Alrighty. Let's check this. I want to make sure, yes, I've got stop during unloading active. Alright. Oops, wait. I had done some testing on this just to make sure the courses and everything were working, and I realized that we had disabled our straw swath, so I want to make sure I get that enabled. Yep, we're leaving straw. Let's get our other harvester ready. Now I'm going to want to leave a fair bit of gap between our 2 harvesters. So we're going to take our time in getting this one set up. Simply because we want to, okay, we've already got our course set up for this one. We want to leave space, that way we don't have to worry about our harvesters running into each other. In fact, while we've got that one running and waiting, we're going to go ahead and activate our yellow truck. We've got a field 4 unload to silo course already set up. We're going to pick the harvester that is going. Alright, that would be that one because the distance is moving away from us. And we're going to go ahead and say, where is this at? Alright, we want to move on 75%, yeah. We'll do that, and go ahead and drive course. Alright. Now the reason we went ahead and set this truck out is we want him to, we're not going to start this harvester until that truck is, or until that harvester, the first one, is about ready to unload. That is because I want plenty of space between these 2 harvesters to allow for time delays on these trucks. So it may be that a truck does not get started right away, as it should, and I want to make sure that basically there's plenty of room if one harvester ends up having to sit for a fair amount of time before the truck shows up for it. So that yellow truck should take off any moment now, since we had to drive on at 75%. And the harvester is now at 82%. There he goes. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get this one started off. Wait. I want to enable my straw swath. Oh, now you messed it up. Alright. There. That should work. There's the straw. Okay, now let's get our other truck running. And we're going to configure him for the harvester we just sent off. We've already got our course loaded here. So that's the one we want to use, because there's no way the other one is that close. Oh, let's change this to 75. Alright. So we are going to actually at this point wait, because I want both of our harvesters to have done the first headland before we go and set our challengers off to do their straw collection. So let's jump up here and just see how we're doing here. So the truck should at some point pull in behind the harvester and just sit and wait. He should sit and wait, and he's sitting at 33%, so it looks like it's going to take 3 loads of the harvester before the semis go off to dump. Alright, so we're going to follow this this semi as he unloads, and I'll show you what I did with the course. I wanted to make sure that I took into account that we would have up to 4 course play drivers going to the silo and back from this field. So I wanted to make sure that I laid the course out such that I minimized the number of times or the amount of time that I could have a course play driver going opposite directions of each other. So I deliberately laid the course out to drive around the farm. So what we've got here is we've got the truck getting back to the starting point. Now he might run into traffic with the harvester. We'll just have to see if he clears the harvester. So he's at the start point for his course, and now his course is going to take him out of the field to the right of the entrance, and then he's going to get in the road, and he's going to make his way over to the silo. And then he's going to pull in, he's going to unload, and then he's actually going to drive around and come out over here at this entrance and then make his way back to the field. So that way we basically have everybody going one direction, as opposed to him unloading there and then making a turn and coming back out and down and around. I didn't want to run the risk of them running into each other with respect to one of the drivers getting out of their lane, so to speak. So he's going to unload, and there he is driving off, and he's going to come out this entrance here and then make his way down the road. That way, if we do have other drivers stacked up or making their way to the silo and coming back from the silo, there's only a very short stretch of road where they could be going in opposite directions, and it's a straight stretch, and I made sure to stay in my lane over here. And now you see when he comes in to the right. You can see the tire tracks of him leaving, so he stays to the right of that and then comes in. Well, that's an interesting pattern there, harvester. And then he ends the course there, and then now he's being called to go tend to his harvester. And this one's about ready to be emptied again. So once this harvester makes his second pass, we will go ahead and get our forage wagons going. So I will cut here, and we'll come right back when it's time to start collecting straw. Alright, so we've made our first full headland around the field with our harvesters. Let's go ahead and get our challengers up and running with our forage wagons. So what we're going to do here is we're going to use the harvest course. Okay, and then we're going to append the unload course that our trucks are running. Okay, and we're going to set the first waypoint. We're going to set this down to 10 miles an hour, just so that the let's wait. We need this one to be an offset to the left of 6.8, which I believe is what our harvesters are at. Let's just check. So our harvesters are at a 6.8 offset, which is what we want. 6.8 to the left. Alright. So we'll get you running. Now let's get you set up with the exact same course. Field 4, dual harvest, grain, unload to silo. Now this one we want a right offset of 6.8, and we want to slow this down to 10 just so they don't catch up too much with the respect to the harvesters. Alright, so I see we've got one of our trucks is coming back. It must be he must be going to unload. It's not quite full, but he's full enough, to, I guess, to unload. And now we've got our forage wagons here, collecting our straw up off the field. We got our harvester up. Look, we've got two trucks now running back here to unload. So we may run into a situation, I don't think we'll run into a situation where they will cross. But we now have 6 vehicles, all controlled by Courseplay, all operating in the same field. So we may have to slow down our forage wagons a bit more. Simply because of the delay with the trucks. But they will also have to make unload trips back to the silo. So it might all work out. I will come back to you in a bit after we've made a bit more progress on the field. Okay guys, well we've got all of that running fairly smooth. I want to go ahead and we need to get that load of pigs over to market. So let's go ahead and jump on in our gator here and get that load of pigs out to market. So we've already got our semi-truck here hooked up to the animal trailer. And before we do that though, I do want to swing by the silo board and take a look and see what we've got already in the silo with respect to our oats and straw. So I know we've already sent 2 loads of straw in here. Oops. Sorry about that, wrong button. So we should have 300,000 liters of straw, which we do. And let's see, where are we at with our oats? We already have 281,000 liters of oats. And we're not even done our 2 headlands yet. We're just about done the 2 headlands. And then we'll start working on the bulk of the field. So let's just stash our gator over here. We'll pull it in the shed so it's out of the sun. Alright, let's get our truck here. Okay, I'm looking up at our glance and it looks like nobody's going to be coming in here to unload, so we don't have to worry about traffic. Alright, so we've got 164 pigs. I think when we started, I had 80 pigs, so we have doubled our number of pigs since we started here on Cherry Hills. and this will be the first load that we're going to take to market. We will probably do this once every game day or once every other game day going forward. Alright. So guys, something else that I'm thinking about bringing into this map, and I want you all to comment, is I'm thinking about bringing in a brewery to brew beer, and I'm thinking also about bringing in a bread factory to produce some bread that will use our grain. Oops, there's our piggies. We got 2 layers of pigs there. So those factories will use grain, and we'll have to set up a pallet factory. But I'm thinking about doing that to just bring in some more money. You know, the biggest problem with Cherry Hills is the field prices are just outrageous. So we want to do our best to try to get some fields if we are going to continue on this map, even on a little irregular basis. So also I want to give a big shout out to the Seasons guys. They have won the mod contest for best public vote. I want to give a shout out to the Mappers Paradise folks for their wonderful map, Ballymoon Castle, which is also won best map. And I want to give a shout out to the young modders contest winner, which was the submissions, which were, oh, we better slow up for our forage wagon, which was for the modern classics. I forget the name of the winner, but the winning mod was the one that is the log winch that goes on back of the truck or back of the tractors. And then a big shout out to the winner for the horse contest. I can't recall the name, and quite frankly, the names are so similar for all of those maps. But it was I'm blanking on the mod authors too. But anyway, they're posted up there at the Farming Sim website, and now we can expect to have updates to all of those submissions to correct issues or with respect to the maps to bring those maps up to full seasons compatibility. So we should expect to see some of those maps having updates in the coming week and a half to add snow mask and other support for seasons, or maybe to even correct texture issues with trees that may be not Farm Sim 17 trees. So it's a very exciting time for us here on here at Farm Sim as far as players go. We're just going to loop in here, and we'll need to back in to the unloading dock, which is over here at the ramp. Alright, and it is I to unload, and there is a slight delay. There we go. Alright. Now I can tell you that for some reason our processing plant processes this stuff very rapidly. In fact, by the time we get back to the farm, if we would go ahead and hook up to our reefer trailer and get back over here, it would already be harvest. Those animals would already be ready to take to sell. But we're not going to do that. We're just going to finish out our oat harvest, and then we will come pick up the meat and deliver it to the restaurant. So looking up at glance, it looks like we've got our harvesters running here pretty good. We've got our forage wagons running fairly well. One's needing to be emptied. And we've got some traffic we got to deal with here, so we will we'll take care of that traffic, and we'll be right back with another update as far as where we are with our oat harvest. This is going to take quite a while, so we will probably finish a fair bit of this oat harvest off camera. So we're just going to stop this here, and like I said, we're going to teleport over here and figure out what the problem is. It's not that one. Ah, look at that. Alright. Alright, we'll back you up. We'll send you off. On your current waypoint. There we are. Just go ahead and get up skyward here and see what's going on. So the harvester that's basically running down the empty field, we're just going to let him continue on, do his thing. Looks like he will pick up some oats here in a minute, and then like I said, we start our ups and downs now as far as the fields go. We will probably have to put a halt to our forage wagons and let the harvesters get a bit more ahead, since they're able to collect at a much faster rate, and they're able to collect longer because they have such a large storage capacity. So I'm just looking at our trucks, our truck levels. We've got one truck at 90%. Looks like he's running to unload. We got another truck at 51%. That must be waiting on his harvester to empty. We've got harvesters at 25 and 19%. And we've got a forage wagon at 50% and a forage wagon running back up to position. So we couldn't be doing too much more to be efficient here and trying to get this hammered out as fast as possible. I guess the only thing we really could do would be maybe bring in another harvester or two and just run a whole bunch more equipment. But I think the problem with that would be that we would start really running into each other and running out of space to operate. Alright, with that said, guys, I'm going to call this episode, and like I said, we're going to finish this oat harvest off camera. I've got a fair bit of work to do to get this field done. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you everybody for subscribing. If you like this video, please hit the like button. If you are not a subscriber, please go ahead and consider subscribing to enjoy more content like this. We also have a play series on Serenity Valley that's coming to a close, but we have a good 33, 34 episodes already in the can for you to watch, back catalog. We are doing a fair bit of industry on that map to supplement our farming. And then we also have on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we have map reviews. I like to call them map first impression videos. So if you could also please take a look at the PCSG community. It is a mashup bunch of guys and gals that are over there. It's a real friendly bunch of group, and you're not going to find a better bunch of people related to farm sim than the folks over at PCSG, so I encourage you to give them a try. And then lastly, I want you to check out the 3 Dudes Gaming Network. Many of the people in my description that have YouTube links are members of the 3 Dudes Gaming Network, so I encourage you to check them out and check out the guys in my description. So until next time, guys, happy farming.